After 3,000 years, it finally happened. Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. Welcome to the top 5 episode that literally nobody was wanting because it seemed like for months y'all didn't want it, and now all of a sudden it's the new year, you're turning over a new leaf, and now you want the top 5 workshop game modes. Well, guess what? I'm doing it because I'm the man of the people and can't disappoint y'all. You know, funny enough, I've been putting the top 5 best workshop game modes in the poll for weeks now that I kind of didn't even give it much thought on what really were the top 5 best workshop game modes. So I took a little bit of time, did a little bit of research to find some workshop game modes, and what I've come to find is that there are hundreds upon hundreds of different creative, amazing, and unique workshop game modes. To only limit to the 5 best was extremely hard, and that's always a difficult part whenever it comes to these top 5 videos, is that whenever you're picking from the best, you're gonna disappoint a lot of people because there are so many of the best skins, heroes, personal abilities, or in this case, workshop game modes. So because of that, and because y'all cock teased me for so many months, later on down the road, I will do another top 5 best workshop game modes because it's hard to fit in 25 workshop game modes in a top 5 video because then it would be a top 25 and not a 5. I don't know, just some people don't understand the concept of a top 5 video and knowing that I can only have 5 options. But one thing that y'all finally seem to understand is that y'all can vote in the top right hand corner for not the top 5 workshop game modes. Thank freaking God, but between the top 5 worst meta heroes in Overwatch versus the top 5 best meta heroes in Overwatch. I saw y'all in the comments last video, and I ain't gonna let you start a new meme. That's why I'm making you choose between 2 of the polar opposites of the same theme. But ladies and gentlemen, let's finally talk about the top 5 best workshop game modes. Now, when making this list, I really wanted to find game modes that were very intricate, very creative, but still very fun to play over and over and over again. Because you find a lot of these very creative game modes like Uno in Overwatch, but the thing about that is you can just play Uno in real life with friends. And then you realize you don't have friends, so then you go and play Uno in Overwatch. But deciding this list was based on that premise. So starting us off at the number 5 spot, it's gonna be a very simple video game on the surface, but when you try to integrate it into Overwatch, it's so hard. But this is such a magical game mode, and the way that it plays is perfect. This is Roadhog Agario. Now, if you guys don't know how this game traditionally plays, normally you control this big giant ball and you move throughout this map with other balls throughout the map as well, and you're supposed to swallow up other balls so that you can grow up in size. Pause, that sounded a little sus, but you grow in size, but the more you grow, the slower that you get. It's a very simple concept, but trying to implement it into Overwatch, it's extremely hard because you gotta take all elements into that. You gotta have someone that is able to, well, take care of the enemy Agario, but you're also supposed to have the ball grow in size where you also get a little bit slower as well, but you're also supposed to trap the enemy in your little ball. So what do? You make the worm into a Roadhog, you throw herks at enemy worms or bacteria or just enemy Roadhogs, you take their soul, you grow in size, your ball gets bigger, and you're able to destroy everybody that's in your vicinity the bigger your ball gets. This game mode is so creative, and I know it was probably very, very hard to make, but boy, is it so much fun. The addicting gameplay that you find in the traditional Agario gameplay is the same addiction that you get in the Roadhog Agario gameplay. Because at first you might think it's kind of dumb, it's a little bit lame, you get a couple of kills, it's like, okay, that's kind of easy. You get destroyed by the big Agario Roadhog. And then you want to go and try to get revenge on that boy because, well, he's grown in size. You want to get the ball or get the little worm size back because you want to be able to take over and be the king worm. So you go after and you die again. Okay, just continue to try to play and play and play. And then you find yourself 2 hours later and you're the king Roadhog and then you die again. See, that's the fun about Agario. This game was something that I just discovered recently, but it was kind of the most fun that I've had in Overwatch game browser for the longest time because most of the game browser is just chill to kill, but this is very simple, but still very fun and addictive, and that's the whole point of video games, is supposed to play for hours on end. This definitely has that feature. Now for the number 4 spot, we have what is a personal favorite of mine because when I first saw this in the game browser, I thought there is no way they actually got this into Overwatch, but baby boys and hot gamer girls everywhere, they definitely did. At the number 4 spot, this will be Pokemon Overwatch. Now, if you don't know what Pokemon is, shame on you. Like, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go get Sword and Shield. Probably not the best option. Go get Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire on the 3DS. Play it, then come back and tell me how amazing your experience is. Because this was my childhood, and this is my unfortunate current childhood, because Sword and Shield isn't all that great, man. Where's the national dex? But I'm assuming most people know how Pokemon works. Now, it's kind of altered because one hero slot has to be dedicated for Ash, and then the other 5 are Pokemon. And anybody can really choose what Pokemon they want, but the Ana, or the Ash, is the one that decides which Pokemon goes out. And it has all the key elements of what a traditional Pokemon battle has. It has a potion system, it has a counter system, it has a comeback feature. Everything that you would find in the red-blue versions of Pokemon is in Overwatch. But what the fun part is that you can have all these different heroes and try to coordinate what counters what. Like, maybe you're gonna go against a Roadhog, okay, you're gonna throw a Reaper out. And that's what you would do in the traditional Pokemon games. If there's a Charmander, of course you're gonna use a Squirtle. There are a lot of gimmicky workshop game modes, and while this is definitely a gimmick, there is a little bit of depth and some strategy that can go into it. And you can get invested into this because then you start to realize, okay, what hero is good against another hero. You start to realize where are the underdogs, where are the low-key picks, where are the overrated picks, so on and so forth. That's what I really love about Pokemon, is that it has all the elements of the Pokemon battle, but it also has some key elements from the Overwatch universe swirled together in this latte of Pokemon. That was a terrible metaphor, but I'm going with it. But for the third best workshop game mode, we have another Nintendo game. Hey, what can I say? I'm a Nintendo fanboy. When you take some of my favorite video games from my childhood and my favorite video game right now and put it into one game, you know I'm gonna love it. But this actually works out perfectly. Same idea with Pokemon, but just with Super Smash Bros. In Overwatch. Everything that I said about Pokemon could easily be applied here. All the elements of the Smash Bros. Game where you have the percentage, the more knockback that you have, the higher the percentage, and you're able to counter some other heroes. Like May is obviously able to counter the Genji because he's not able to deflect the May, but then you also have Tracer that's able to shoot maybe like the Brigitte or something. Like, there are so many different strategies that you can have in Super Smash Bros. That it's kind of daunting at first. Like, you want to get invested, but then you realize this isn't even the main point of Overwatch, but that's what makes the game browser so amazing. Once you get past all the 18+, chill, no kill, fem host game lobbies, you can start to find gems like these oh so creative game modes that can allow you to play Overwatch for hours, and you're not even playing the main part about Overwatch. Super Smash Bros. In Overwatch really goes to show how much you can really alter Overwatch's code, when you can maybe get away without adding all the tiny details and Smash Bros. Overwatch, they actually did. Whether it's the camera angle to really give it that really 2D effect, or maybe the knockback based on the percentage like I mentioned before, or maybe even adding a smash ball with every single time you break it, you're able to use your ultimate as if it's your final smash in Smash Bros. But while I love me some Nintendo games in Overwatch, and even some classic PC games, I gotta go with the classic Overwatch game browser game. This was one of the first ones that I played way back in the day, and it seemed like everyone loves this because as soon as I started this lobby, a whole bunch of people joined. This is none other than dodge cars. The objective of this game is simple. I mean, it's in the freaking name. You dodge the cars on Oasis, on City Center, and you make it towards the end with a whole bunch of heroes. Alright, yeah, that's doable, but it starts to get a little funky, a little kooky when you start to consider all the other heroes that have to try to dodge the cars along with other people joining the lobby, because sometimes the people in the lobby can kind of mess with your flow, can mess with the trajectory of where you're trying to go, and can actually get you killed in some instances. This is one of those games where it has those random elements enough to make it frustrating but fun at the same time, but require enough skill to be able to dodge the car, but also be able to use abilities in tandem to dodge the cars. And while anybody can get past the easy heroes at the beginning, like with Reaper or May or Baptiste, when you start to get into the high levels, like with Mercy, Torbjorn, or even Bastion, my god, is Bastion so freaking hot! Those are when the true top 500 dodge car players start to shine, because there are some little hidden tricks, but also some hidden drawbacks to those heroes. Like specifically with Bastion, the last hero of this, you have to not only, rocket jump or Bastion tank jump, but you also have to be careful of when you shoot, because you can get some kills on the enemy team, or just kills in general, and that's fine, but it's when you start to get on fire that you actually catch on fire, and it kills you. Those are the little hidden elements that you can only appreciate in the game browser. This is simply just a fun game mode. It takes me all the way back to Halo 3 days, where you specifically played game modes that you can only find in Halo 3, or in this case, Overwatch. You can't really play dodge cars in, say, Rainbow Six Siege, so that's why this game mode is very fun, just specifically because it's a good time, but there's a little bit of skill and random elements to make you keep coming back. But even though that's definitely a popular game mode, I have to go with the game mode that I see constantly in the game browser. There's not ever a time where I don't see 7 of these lobbies because they're constantly full. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 workshop game mode in Overwatch is Mercy Boxing. In one corner, we have the gays, and in the other corner, we have all the e-girls who claim to be the #1 Mercy. And when you put them head to head, this is the most aggressive game mode you could ever get involved in. You don't really think of Mercy as an aggressive hero. Heck, even the players that play Mercy aren't aggressive. But as soon as you get in that aggressive mode to try to just beat some of these people up, that's when things start to get fun. You know you're better, you know you're snatching, you know you got the T-Sys, so you go and activate your ultimate and you beat the Witch Mercy, you beat the Wing Victory, you beat the Classic Mercy because you're the Pink Mercy skin got you. Maybe you're not the best Mercy after all. So you're crying out to your fellow Mercies, rest me, please. And as soon as you do, it is over. You're going, you got beat again. Sorry, sis, but you suck. But you won't accept that fate given to you from that simp boy on YouTube. So you get back in there, you activate your ultimate, and you continue to just die over and over and over again. This game mode beats you into the ground, both literally, mentally, and physically. And that is why it's the #1 workshop game mode in Overwatch. Boys and girls, gamer guys, and e-girls everywhere, thank you so much for finally voting to see the top 5 best workshop game modes. I had so much fun sharing game modes with you guys because honestly, going back to my Halo 3 days, all I did was play custom games, Sharks and Minnows, Chicken Hunt, and it has the same exact vibe here, just in my new favorite game, Overwatch. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.